So I know I've only just done a video on Final Fantasy Type-0, and I should have probably really included it in this, but I do want to bring up some of Square-Enix's practices, especially when it comes to the release or the cash grab of a release that they want to put out. Now, I'll tell you my personal experience, and to that we have to go back to the hazy days of about 2008. Well, I don't actually remember when it was. I'm just saying 2008. It was a long time ago. A really long time ago. Or it feels like it was. And I, like so many other people, were eagerly anticipating Final Fantasy 13 coming out. Now, obviously, in between, well, waiting for that and trying to get over the disappointment of Final Fantasy 12, we had Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children come out, which is a perfectly good film. I enjoyed it. It was nice to see some of the guys back from 7. It is obviously, I don't know, they know how much that universe means to a lot of people, and I guess that's why they created so much content for it. But, you know, I like Crisis Core as well, so I'm getting off track. They released Final Fantasy Advent Children, which I bought on DVD. They then released the complete edition or something like that. Anyway, but that came out in Japan, and it also came with a demo of Final Fantasy 13. Now, at that time, we were told, I had a PlayStation 3, we were told that we wouldn't be getting a demo for Final Fantasy 13 because they weren't going to release one on the Xbox 360, even though they were going to release Final Fantasy 13 on the Xbox 360. Now, of course, that created some problems. Mainly being, I really wanted to play the demo. I've been waiting for this game for many, many years, and this edition comes out in Japan. Now, it cost me about £60 to get that particular edition. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but at the time, I got £30 a week, which was like meant to be for my studying of my A-levels and stuff. But, you know, I saved up 2 weeks' money and decided to buy it. So, got it, and I played the demo, and that's really where my disappointment towards Final Fantasy 13 started. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed having the extended edition of the Final Fantasy 7 Advent Children film. I thought there were some great bits that they didn't put in the main DVD, whether that was just to, I'm being cynical, and that was just to try and sell their Blu-ray version, I don't know. But I had to pay a lot more extra money for what was essentially Final Fantasy 13's demo. Now, coming back to Final Fantasy Type-0, which I think is going to be a really decent game. Obviously, I've already seen a lot about it. It came out on PSP. Not in English, of course, but this one has got the HD remaster. And it also contains a demo, or a particular scenario, of Final Fantasy 15. Now, regardless of whether you include that demo or not with it, people should be buying Type-0 to play Type-0. I mean, it's one of the very few gems that we've seen Square-Enix create, and it only came out on PSP in Japan. There wasn't any versions for us to have, which, you know, was a massive, massive problem, because they released these games which are just meant to be westernized, but then the people over here who, especially the people who fell in love with Final Fantasy 7, you know, they, and 10, you know, they loved those games, and they went so far, they've gone so far away from that ever since 10, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm digressing once again. The point is that you don't need the demo of Final Fantasy 15 to help shift your copies of Type-0. You know, Type-0 will do well enough by itself. It is a really good game, and it's a game that a lot of Final Fantasy fans are going to be interested in regardless of that. Although I did see someone put up that they were just buying it so that they could get the demo, which I'm not massively thrilled about that, to be honest, because I can see 15 going the way of 13. I'm trying to withhold judgment on that until, you know, such time as I do get to play it. But nevertheless, with Type-0, they tried to do something different, and for the most part, from what I've read and what I've seen of the game, it worked. Anyway, point is, you need to stop doing this. If you're going to release a demo, just release the bloody demo. You know, you don't need it in order to shift copies of Type-0. It's just, I personally don't like the practice, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. If you want to charge for the demo, but don't make it so obvious that it's a way to try and shift Type-0, because it will sell well enough. I've said this many times. You know, there's the only reason that Square-Enix would go and remaster it and then release it on the next gen, or the, well, what is now, I suppose, it's current gen, the current gen consoles, is because it's going to be popular enough to warrant that. And yeah, I'm not happy about it, but we'll see how it goes. I saw an article of someone playing a very short scenario for Final Fantasy 15, and I'm not impressed at the minute, but like I say, I'm trying my best, because I don't want to jump to conclusions. I want to get the controller in my hand, or whatever, keyboard and mouse, hopefully, in my hand, play it, and then from there, decide how I feel about it. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed me rambling on. Probably not, but anyway, nevertheless, I will see you all very soon, and let me know what you think about this, of course, in the description, in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye everybody.